So, what's going on with Macron? Let's talk about Macron's big bag of coke. If that's what it is, let's take a look at it. Now, I don't think you guys can see my cursor. Do you see? Look at where Macron is. This is what's being alleged on X. Right beside his cup there, it's being hypothesized that is a bag of coke, and that on the right side of the table there, you see that water glass? There's that little line to the right of it, to the right of the far right water glass. It's being alleged that that is a little Coke spoon too. I'm not entirely sold on the Coke spoon, but this is who is this? Macron, the German, the Brit, and the Frenchman, and they're on a train. They just left Ukraine, and where apparently Zelensky's a cokehead too, which is not a surprise. But what's being alleged is that these guys are on a train and they just left meeting with Zelensky, and then the press comes in before they're ready, and that is a bag of coke, and that the other thing is a spoon. I think it looks more like a straw personally, but watch the two guys. Watch the way that they interact with these objects. It's also being said that it's a tissue, right? By Macron. It could be either one. I can't see clearly enough, but I will make it big screen, and y'all let me know kind of what you think. Their body language and behavior, though, is interesting.
Oh, it's a long walk. I'll be back in Poland.
It's through my bathroom, huh?
Yeah. It's literally. We came through Germany, and then we made it to France.
Bedroom, and
we got through the border.
Right.
So it would be a little bit of a drink.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Watch them here. Watch their hands. The Macron and the guy on the far right.
Yeah.
So
Far right snags that up, hides it. Snags that up, hides it.
Yeah. On va bien. Merci.
Thank you.
All right, let's take another quick look back. There's something else I saw here. Oh yeah, right here. Watch what Macron does with his mouth. He does like a little weird, like.
Yeah,
and then we made it to France.
Bedroom, and
we got through the border.
And none of this stuff, of course, is proof of anything. But you know, if you start looking for somebody and signs that they're kind of geeking out a little bit, one of those little weird, like dry mouth tongue licks. Let's watch this. Both of them just swipe.
Yeah. On va bien. Merci.
Thank you.
You don't know who these people are. Well, Macron is the Prime Minister of France. Hold on a second. And now this came from Alex Jones, right? So that's kind of reflect Macron, Starmer, and Mertz. So were caught on video on their return from Kyiv. A bag of white powder on the table. Macron quickly pockets it. Mertz, who I assume is the German, hides the spoon. No explanation given. I don't think that was a spoon. It may have been a straw. It would make more sense that it's a straw. No explanation given. Zelensky, known cocaine enthusiast, had just hosted them. All three of the leaders look completely cracked out. I don't think they look completely cracked out, but I can see a little bit of a. I mean,
it's a long walk.
they seem energetic and enthusiastic. I'll give them that. They don't seem cracked out. They do seem enthusiastic.
Yeah. It's literally. We came through Germany, and then we made it to France.
Bedroom, and
we got through the border.
Right.
Gaslighting, ladies and gentlemen. Something
Bro, what happened to Alex Jones? Oh wait, Sasquatch is back. Are you back up here? Anyways, you're back on screen.
You choose.
Is this the same Alex Jones? He used to be way
Yes.
fatter.
Yes. I believe he's had stomach stapling, but I have no evidence to prove that except for the sudden loss of weight. It could be Ozempic. I don't see Alex Jones being Ozempic type, but stomach staples do make sense to me.
Incredible happened today. Macron, Starmer, and Merz were doing a train tour of Ukraine, trying to drum up support to keep the war going. And the press gets invited into their train car, and suddenly they look around and start moving things quickly, furtively trying to hide them. And when you zoom in, it looks like a little cocaine spoon.
That looks like it does not look like a spoon. Does that look like a spoon to you?
I don't think it's a spoon. If I had to guess, I'd say at most a hot rail, at least a straw.
It does look like it could be a straw.
A little paper of cocaine. And all of them look like they're
I mean, that body language is from Macron is a little bit like, oh shit.
spoon, a little paper of cocaine. And all of them look like they're lit up like Christmas trees. But regardless of what you think happened there, whether they were hiding cocaine or something else, maybe just cleaning some trash up real quickly, it's the media, the corporate media response that's really revealing. I just reposted the video 4 or 5 hours ago. It's already got like 8 million views. And I noticed that
The Grok says the video claiming Macron, Stammer, and Merz were involved in a cocaine scandal during their Kyiv trip is not real. In fact, fact checks show the alleged cocaine was a tissue and the spoon was a stirrer. It did look more like a stirrer than a spoon. It looked more like a straw than a stirrer, though.
True.
These claims, spread by conspiracy accounts, are misinformation. Similarly, allegations about Zelensky's drug use are false, debunked by Reuters. The leaders were on a diplomatic mission to support Ukraine with no evidence of any scandal. Well, I mean, this might be evidence, and there is a scandal because we're talking about it, right? Now, it could be fake. It could be a Kleenex. Although, I find it almost less likely that somebody would blow their nose and then just toss it on the table.
Especially in a nice square pile.
Right.
and said, hey, this has been fact checked. This isn't even a real video, which they admit is a real video. They're saying interpretation isn't accurate. But Grok just says, and usually Grok's pretty good, oh, no, it's fake. Reuters says the video's fake. No, they're saying our interpretation is wrong. Now, think about this. This is Reuters that got caught getting hundreds of millions of dollars from the Biden administration to target Elon Musk, his company, his family for destruction in the last 4 years. And then it also got Pentagon money for widespread deception operations. And then Reuters reported on itself on that. So we don't mean that when we say that. This is the ultimate gaslighting, ladies and gentlemen. Then you have Zelensky, who just been with them, the famous cocaine aficionado, and all the videos of him just tweaking out of his mind. Looks more like meth to me.
Cocaine in the Ukraine.
There's been studies out about Congress that upwards of half of them are on serious drugs. It's even worse in Europe. We need what Trump's called for. Mandatory drug testing of any major elected official.
Fuck out of here with that shit. We need less drug testing just across all of society.
I mean, they want us to.
Like some of the shit they do in like high schools and stuff now with like random drugs.
About the pause scene right here. Does it not look like somebody slapped the shit out of Zelensky?
Just because of his facial expression?
No, because of that fucking bruise on his goddamn cheek. Bro, it looks like somebody slapped the whole left side of his face.
Yeah, okay. It does kind of look like he got popped a while ago, though. It looks old, doesn't it?
Yeah, like a couple of days, but no more.
Do it to be a taxi driver or whatever, to be an FBI agent. We have serious drug addiction going on, not just in our government, but in others. It's well known that Biden was being shot up with methamphetamine. So was Robert F. Kennedy's uncle, JFK.
That would actually make sense if that were about a Biden, for how the dude who was completely just out of his mind, incoherent, would somehow manage to be all right on stage for about half an hour, maybe an hour during his campaign. That would actually kind of, I would buy that.
At a
So
time.
this is something that comes down to the establishment corporate media telling us that we are not supposed to be able to question or have our own interpretation of something. And that if they tell us two men can have a baby and there's no X and Y chromosomes, and that men can be in women's sports because they're really women, that we're supposed to just believe these lies. Reuters is in no position to say what was on that table. It's objective. It's for everybody to look at and make their own decision. And that's what broadcasts like mine are. It's punditry, it's analysis, it's opinion, and it's journalists that we have on that have broken major stories. And then the public watches us and does their own research and decides, are we a credible source that tries to tell the truth? Was Alex Jones right? Am I tomorrow's news today? And the answer is, overall, we're one of the most accurate media operations in the world, versus corporate media that's been caught over and over again lying on purpose about everything under the sun, from COVID to the Hunter Biden laptop to WMDs in Iraq. And then Reuters, known MI6, that's literally the clearinghouse for disinformation and PR campaigns and attacks on Trump. That makes even more people say, oh, okay, it must be cocaine. When they come in and fact check it, that makes even more people say, oh, okay, it must be cocaine. Regardless, I challenge Keir Starmer and Merz and Macron to take a drug test. I challenge them to go into an independent lab with it reviewed and take a drug test. They do it for Olympic athletes, but not for these politicians. I think we should pass laws to do it. If you just look at them, folks, if there wasn't even cocaine on the table, I'd say they look like they're on a serious stimulant. Well, that's my report on this important issue. Justice and against those on the wrong side of history, the coalition of the willing. Unsolicited listener, limited time.
Like, all right, guys.
So, what do we think? Is that coke?
Probably.
Does anybody think that elected leaders don't do coke?
All right. And I'm speaking from outside of the group, I guess you could say.
Which group?
Type A person. I'm not a type A personality.
Okay.
Right? Type A personalities are really intrigued by cocaine. It's, dude, like, I don't even back up, redirect. Hypothetically speaking, if I were attempting,
you've never been a fan, is that what you're saying?
If I were to sell a white powder, I would not bother with the other types of personalities. I would simply look for type A personalities and present there.
Yeah. And it's got a better reputation than the other sort of uppers.